right, so we got my decaf coffee. It has been a hot minute since I've actually sat in this seat and filmed something, just because of the craziness of the holidays and then also our past Disney trip. Shameless plug here, if you haven't already, go ahead and check out our vlogs from that trip. They are actually live. I can link them down below. They were so much fun. It was just the best time. It was so amazing going during Christmas time, and we just had so much fun as a family. So go ahead and check those out if you are interested. But today we're going to be talking all about Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party and my honest thoughts on going there as, you know, our family with a toddler, and just, you know, it was our first time going to a ticketed event. So I'm just going to share my honest thoughts. I am going to be brutally honest about this because although I love Disney and I love going there, there are just some things that just weren't that great about the party. So stay tuned. I will, like I said, share my honest thoughts on this. And if you're new to my channel, hi, welcome. I would love if you would stick around and watch some of my other videos. So if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And then also, if you enjoyed what I had to say about the Christmas party, go ahead and like this video. If you didn't, let me know in the comments, but please don't dislike the video. I'm just sharing my opinion on it, my family, just what works for our family. But like I said, would love if you would stick around. I'm not negative completely about Disney. This is just, like I said, my honest thoughts. Oh, that's good. Just before we start spilling tea, I'm just drinking. This is not tea, it's decaf coffee, but wanted to kind of take my sip and get myself ready to, like I said, share my thoughts. So if you haven't heard about it before, Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party is a special ticketed event at Walt Disney World. It is very similar to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. It is something that happens after hours at Magic Kingdom. So you might be thinking, oh, if I have a ticket to Magic Kingdom, I can just stay for the party. You cannot. You get kicked out of the park by 6 o'clock at night. You cannot stay. So you might have a whole day where you rope drop and you get to ride everything else, which is nice, but you will get kicked out of the park. You don't get to do the special ticketed events because they give you this special bracelet whenever you walk in, and they will check frequently to see if you have a bracelet. So even if you're trying to stay and try to sneak in and do it, you're not gonna be able to. So you're gonna have to pay that extra amount of money. You might be thinking, okay, so what is the extra cost? You know, it could be something like $50. I could see reasonable maybe. No. It is that extra cost, the median range. So it ranges between the different seasons. So Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party starts in early November and it goes the whole way until this year it went till December 22nd. So it'll go basically up to Christmas, and the closer to Christmas you get, the higher the price is. So the median range is $179 you're gonna pay, and that is per person. That is not per family, that is per person. So if you have a family of 4, you're racking up a lot of money there just to pay for Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. That's gonna be around $700, I believe. I'll do the math over here, but it's a lot of money. So you're gonna have to really weigh your options if you're gonna wanna do it. Now, I decided to film this video after the holidays, after Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, because usually people will buy these tickets up front. People have this plan. We bought our tickets ever since July, whenever you were able to purchase the tickets. So I knew that people would be going still whenever we got back. So I didn't want to film this video and just kind of make it seem like it was going to be this horrible experience for them. I didn't want to do that to everybody, especially if you already bought the tickets and you couldn't get your refund. So I wanted to do it after the fact. And like I said, maybe for next year, you can weigh your options better, but I definitely didn't want to down anybody's experience with it. Just, you know, if they would come across this video and be like, oh no, now I'm not excited to go. I just didn't want to do that. So that's kind of why this video is coming out after. So anyways, back to it. We talked about the price. Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, like I said, it's that special ticketed event. And if you purchased just a ticket for Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, not an actual park day ticket on top of that, you are actually not able to enter the park until 4 o'clock in the evening. So you have to basically do whatever with the rest of your day. And that's what we did. We kind of just had a nice chill day at our resort. We went to Disney Springs in the morning, and then we, took our time, and we actually did some resort hopping before we went into Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, because if you go in at exactly 4 o'clock, there is a huge line. The line was massive because we actually got off one of the buses and then hopped on the resort monorail to go over to the Polynesian. And when we did that, that line was insane. And I think that was like around 3:30 or something. So everybody goes in at 4 o'clock. So if you are looking to do this, like I said, next year, wait until at least 5 o'clock to go in. We went in at 5 o'clock and we had no wait. We just walked right into the park. So definitely, I would say, if you really want to get your money's worth, I guess wait there, but I think you're going to be waiting in line, honestly. So I'd rather, like I said, walk around the resorts, look at the different trees, and not have to just sit there and wait in line, especially with a toddler who would be really antsy. So now, although you can enter the park at 4 o'clock, the Christmas festivities for the party do not actually start until 7 o'clock. So that means any of that special food that's out, any of those special hot chocolate and cookies that you get for free, you cannot get those until 7 o'clock. So you get to enjoy Magic Kingdom, which is great. You can find other things to do. You can take your pictures. You can, just do maybe some other character meet and greets if you want. But just know you cannot do any of that special Christmas stuff until 7 o'clock on the dot. And then once 7 o'clock rolls around, like I said, all the Christmas festivities start. I think there's like a special type of show that happens. We actually didn't watch that. But there are free cookies, free hot chocolate at different locations throughout the Magic Kingdom and throughout the different lands. So you can look on your map and it'll tell you where you can find those cookies. And there were snickerdoodle, I think there was a sugar cookie, there was a red velvet cookie, there was a chocolate chip cookie, and all of those places had hot chocolate. There's also hot apple cider. I think that was in Tomorrowland. So there's just a bunch of different options for free. So you might as well get that. If you paid all that money to go in there, you might as well get your money's worth. Get some free cookies, get some free hot chocolate, some free hot apple cider, because like I said, you paid all that money. Just get your money's worth and enjoy those cookies and hot chocolate, because I don't know if they were worth that. And then along with those free hot cookies and chocolate, there is also a special Christmas time parade that goes the whole way down from Frontierland to the end of Main Street. And there is snow going on that, some fake snow coming from Main Street, which is really pretty, I have to say. And the Christmas parade has a bunch of the characters in their Christmas attire, and then it has Santa Claus at the very end. So it was very cute. And then along with that, they do have a Christmas time fireworks show on the castle. The parade had 2 showings actually, and then the fireworks show was only 1 showing. So they had that as well. So those were some of kind of the special things that you would get to see if you did stay for the party, if you paid for that ticket. And I'm assuming it's usually the same every year, so next year is probably gonna be the same. So let's get into the nitty gritty. My honest thoughts on the Christmas party. Now, like I said, these are what my family and I thought. This was, what my husband and I kind of came to the conclusion of. Some people might love the party and it just might be the best thing for their family, and that's totally okay. We are all allowed to have our different opinions. I think that that's what's wrong with the world right now. Nobody is allowed to have different opinions. I think everybody should be able to have their opinion. I don't want you to completely agree with me. I want you to have a different opinion. That would make the world so boring if we all agreed with each other. So, like I said, I don't want to offend anybody, but these were just my honest thoughts on the Christmas party. And then if you had a different opinion, maybe if you disagree with me, go ahead and leave it in the comments. I want to hear maybe your past experience, why you thought the Christmas party was amazing, how it worked out for your family. But like I said, this is just what happened with our family. So it was my husband and I and our 16 months old son at the time. So he was free. We didn't have to purchase a ticket for him. It was, he's at that age where we could just take him up to Disney all the time, and he is completely free, which I am so thankful for. But so the 2 of us had to buy our tickets, and we went actually in the end of November, and we picked the coldest week in Florida to go. It was, I think, 40 degrees that night for the Christmas party. So I will say that that element, even though it was very festive because it was Christmas time and it did feel like it should be snowing on Main Street, even though there was snow, it was the fake snow. But it was very, festive to have the hot chocolate because you were cold. Although when I went to Florida, I've been to Florida before in the cold. I've been there in January. We would always go as a family whenever I went with my parents, and I was used to that. I remember bringing our parkas because it was like, I think 30 degrees the one time whenever we were in Disney. But when you have a toddler and it's cold and you're not expecting it because you're in Florida, it's a little bit different because you're worried about them, you're worried about keeping them warm. And, we actually had to go buy a hat and gloves at Disney Springs before the event just because I was a little bit worried and didn't want him to, be super cold because he can't tell us yet. He doesn't know how to talk. So that was just a little bit, it was just a little tiny bit warmer. It would have been comfortable, but that just made the element a little, I don't know. I needed a parka. I needed a really fluffy coat because I actually just wore this and I wore a jean jacket over top and I was chilly. I was definitely very chilly. So and obviously that's something that Disney World can't help. So that's just kind of me saying what happened to us, but kind of giving a little bit of background of how our nights started going because of the cold. Then, like I said, my son he was 16 months old at the time, and as it goes with toddlers, he was teething when we went down, and he was getting his molars in, and on top of that, he also was going through a sleep regression. So he was just in a phase where he was very clingy. He did not want to be put down in his pack and play in the hotel, especially because it was just this unfamiliar space. But it was even at home. He was just didn't want to be put in his crib. So that was another element that was kind of working against us because he just was not in the greatest of mood. And also because of his teeth, he was a little congested with his nose. So the poor little guy, I just don't know how great of a time he had because it was those dang teeth and that sleep regression. So I don't know, but I mean, we had a great time as a family. We made the best of it. But after all of that, I want to get into some of the party specifics that kind of just weren't the greatest. These were kind of my honest review on why we didn't have the best time at the party and some of the things that hopefully they can improve on in the future, because I think it could have been a really great party, but it wasn't even because of the night we went. I've heard that this is an issue with a lot of the nights. So I think that they need to maybe change some things a little bit and maybe it would be magical again, but I just do not think it was worth the extra money that we paid to go in. I would have much rather went during the day and just went to the Magic Kingdom until 6 o'clock, honestly. So it was, I don't know. I had a couple of issues with it. My first issue was the character meet and greets. I was so excited to meet Scrooge McDuck. I really wanted to meet him. Mickey's Christmas Carol is one of my favorites. I love Scrooge McDuck. I actually bought my husband a shirt with Scrooge on there. It was super cute. And we were prepared. We went right at 7 o'clock. We could have probably went earlier, but I wanted to take our time. I wanted to get us something to eat and then head over. Now, we went over at 7 o'clock and the line for Scrooge McDuck to meet him was 1 hour and 45 minutes. I was like, there is absolutely no way we were waiting in that line. One, because we had a toddler and I couldn't imagine waiting in a line for 1 hour and 45 minutes with a toddler. And two, the money that we spent to go to the Christmas party, I think would be better spent anywhere else but waiting in an hour line, honestly, because you figure you're waiting for almost 2 hours and you paid all that money to go into this Christmas party just to wait in a line. You know what I'm saying? I just was not gonna do that. I was not gonna do that to my husband and to myself. So I wanted to at least try to enjoy other aspects of the party before, ever doing that. So, and honestly, it wasn't just Scrooge McDuck. It was all of the characters. There was Winnie the Pooh in his special attire. There was Mickey in his Christmas attire. There were some of the princesses and special characters that were just insanely long. And like I said, I just can't fathom spending all that money just to wait in a line when you could do that during the day at, Magic Kingdom or wherever. So one of my biggest problems was the fact that those character lines were just so long. I don't know if it was just the amount of people that were there, if, they just let people buy too many tickets, even though it's a special ticketed event. I just thought it was kind of ridiculous, the wait times to meet a character. So then that brings me to my next problem. I thought it was insanely crowded at that Christmas party, even though it was a special ticketed event. And I've been to Disney a lot. I've been during busy seasons, during, off seasons. I know the crowd levels, I've dealt with all of them, but just this crowd at the Christmas party was nothing really I've ever experienced. And it was upsetting to me knowing that, like I said, we paid this money. I know I'm talking about the money a lot, but let's be real. You're paying this money, and that's probably why you're watching this, to see if it's even worth the money. But I was kind of upset about that fact, because you're paying this extra money and you're thinking that it's going to be less crowded because it's a special ticketed event and they only should sell a certain amount of people these tickets. And it's just so crowded. You can't do anything because everything is so crowded. So I remember even like looking at, they were selling like these chicken tamales over at Pecos Bill's, and we were going to try them, and that line was just outrageous again. So just a lot of those things. I know you can do mobile order and all of that, but at that point we were like, we're not even going to deal with it. We just wanted to walk around. We just wanted to, like I said, try to enjoy ourselves. So I think that the crowd management needs to be a little bit better, whether they need to maybe open more things, maybe they need to sell less tickets. I'm not sure, but definitely something that rubbed me the wrong way and I just was not happy about. And my next issue, like I said, they had these special events that went along with the party, and one of those was the fireworks show, and that was at 10 o'clock, I believe. Yeah, that was at 10 o'clock. So it was after that first parade. They had the Minis fireworks show, Christmas time fireworks, I think it was called. And I heard a lot of things about these fireworks. Everybody was hyping them up, saying it was such a beautiful show and it was so pretty. And I was excited to watch it. And I remember sitting there and just watching them and just thinking, this is it? Like, this is all that this is? I got all this hype for this? It was not spectacular. And I love Happily Ever After. I love all of the nighttime shows. I'm just huge on those. And I just felt like it was a very big letdown for this special party. I was like, this could be huge. You could do something huge for Christmas. I mean, that's why people are here. And it was just so blah. And honestly, the amount of time that it lasted, I think it was like 15 minutes. It was so short. So I just was not impressed with it. I was not really happy with it. It was just kind of like meh. Like, I would have left, honestly, to beat some of the crowd and not have to wait in lines to get on our bus. So I was not impressed by the fireworks show. And then something else too was, like I said, the special food options. I thought that it was very minimal. They had, I think, like 3 special food options that you could choose. One was like a turkey sandwich or a turkey burger. Another one was a chicken tamale. And then there was something else, I believe. I'm missing some of them. But to be honest, the food options did not look good. They were just kind of, I don't know, like the turkey burger just kind of looked gross to me. And I just was like, meh, like I wouldn't want to spend my money on those. And I don't know if like, it's just because like they're a special ticketed item that you can't get every day at Disney World, and maybe people were going crazy over those. I don't know, but I was like, I just didn't feel like spending my money on those. Honestly, I just bought a pretzel because that looked more appealing to me than some of these food items. And like I said, you get the free hot chocolate and cookies. The hot chocolate was pretty good. I thought that was you know, like I said, but I don't know if it was just because we were all freezing and I just wanted some hot chocolate, something warm to hold on to. But the cookies were in individual packages and they were just, they tasted like grocery store cookies. They were, I mean, I understand like they're made in these big batches. They have to do something like that because they just hand them out to you. And, you know, you say you want 3 cookies and then they hand them to you. And I understand that like they can't like just bake them all right there, but I don't know. I was not like thoroughly impressed with them. Like I said, they had a bunch of different flavors. I think the Snickerdoodle was my favorite, but it was very tough competition, honestly. So, like I said, that's what I'm spending my money on. I'm a little disappointed on that, but to each their own. If maybe you thought that the cookies were amazing, maybe you loved the hot chocolate, I'm not sure, but I just did not think the food and the cookies and the hot chocolate were worth it. And my last thing is the Christmas time parade. Now, this was one of the things that I did really, really enjoy. I thought it was really nice. They actually have this little thing at the beginning where they have these dancers come out and they have like these like blow up balls, and they were interacting. The one guy, he was so sweet. He was interacting with Silas the entire time. He was calling him his little buddy. It was just so sweet. I loved it. And Silas had so much fun talking to him. And then honestly, Silas loved seeing all the characters go by. But at one point I was like, I'm a little underwhelmed with it. Like again, like with the fireworks show. But I do think it was better than the fireworks. I was glad that we sat and watched that and had good seats for that. But I don't know, I was just expecting a little bit more. I thought that the, Main Street Electrical Light Parade, I thought that was way better. I thought that was even more magical than this. I don't know. That's just my opinion on it. I would do like Christmas crazy. I mean, it's Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. I would go all out for this thing. And I just felt like they just really, really dulled the Christmas aspect down. And I don't know why. I don't know why it's Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party and they're kind of like steering away from the Christmas. It's like, that's what I paid for. That's what I want to see. I want to see a Christmas explosion all over Main Street. So it was just, I just felt very underwhelmed by it. And I think that's a good thing to say about the entire party. I was very underwhelmed by a lot of things. I do want to end on a happy note. So I want to say some of the things I really did enjoy about the Christmas party. One of those things was the Disney Junior DJ dance party, and that is in, I think it's in Tomorrowland, Cosmic Rays. I don't know why I couldn't think about it because I love Cosmic Rays, but it's in Cosmic Rays and they turn it into like this little dance club. And Silas had a blast. He was having so much fun just dancing around. That kid loves to dance. So we could take him anywhere with music and he would just have a ball. So that was super cute, and that goes all night. So it was just really nice to have somewhere to go, to have him, run around and do a little dance. He thought it was the best thing ever. So I really enjoyed that. I thought that was really cute, like I said, just to have something for him to go and dance and see all the other little kids do it. So really, really love that. Another thing, like I said, even though I had some of the aspects about the parade that I didn't like, I did really enjoy it. I loved watching our son's face, watching him see all the characters and get really excited. He just loved it so much. It was very cute. And the, snow coming on Main Street was very nice. So I did really enjoy the parade. I enjoyed the fact that they had 2 times, so that way we could go to the earlier one instead of waiting until 11 o'clock, because God knows when you have a toddler who is ready for bed and just is not having it, you have to sometimes go. You have to book it out of there. So I'm glad we got to at least experience the parade and not have to wait until like 11 o'clock to try to watch it. Finally, one of the last good aspects that I thought was nice about the party was the fact if you are looking to ride things, if you are looking to try to jump on rides, that is the perfect time to do it, because there are absolutely no wait times. Everybody's waiting for the characters, apparently. Nobody's waiting to ride the rides. So you do not have to wait to ride any ride, basically. I think Peter Pan had a wait. I don't know. Peter Pan always has a wait. I don't know why. But you can jump on some rides. You can try to ride Mine Train. It's a really good time if that's what you want to do. Now, we just really wanted to experience the party things and do the rides another day. So we did not do that. But like I said, if that's what you want to do, that would be, you know, a good time to do it. Like I said, those are my thoughts. That is just our experience with the Christmas party. It was a lot of fun. We still just made the best time out of it. But when we went back to our hotel, my husband and I looked at each other and we were talking about our thoughts, talking about the whole party experience. And we both agreed that we would much rather just have bought a regular park day ticket for the Magic Kingdom and just went to the Magic Kingdom that day and then got kicked out at 6 o'clock or whenever we wanted to leave. It just was, I just don't think it was worth the money. I do not think it was anything spectacular to pay that extra money to, because there are things that you can do during the day, like ride the Jingle Cruise or, you know, just experience like the holiday, you know, trees and all of that. You can do that anyways. So I don't know what happened there, but I'm not trying to be negative, but I just want to give my insight in case somebody's like, I don't know if I want to do it next year. It looks like a lot of fun, but is it good for a toddler, say? Is it good, you know, if we want to go meet the characters? It all depends. It all depends if you want to wait in that line. It all depends if you want to experience some of that stuff. Totally your call. It is your choice, but this was just our experience with it and probably won't do it again, honestly. We probably will not pay the extra money to do a party again unless our kids are older and they really want to. Maybe if they change a few things, we'll see. But for us, it was a no-go. Well, even though you might have a different opinion, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it. Like I said, I want to be honest. I want to put that honesty out there because sometimes I feel like people make it like these parties are so much fun and they're so nice and they're so pretty. And that's what I honestly thought going into it, because I watched a lot of videos on it and I was like, oh, this is gonna be great. It was not that great of an experience. So just wanted to put my experience out there, wanted to give my honest opinion in case somebody is looking for it. So if you enjoyed that, like I said, I would love if you would stick around and then if you would like this video for me. So go ahead, leave me some comments. Let me know what you thought about the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, or if you have any questions on it. Would love to try to answer them if I can. So really, I don't know. I don't want to say I enjoyed it, but it was fun. We made memories and I'm happy we did it. So until next time, guys, thanks for watching. Bye.